Yes, Lord, yes. This song is more of an intermediate. There are some phrases that need to be interpreted a little differently. We don't do word by word because in ASL that's not the way. It's like saying we're going to learn German in English order, and that doesn't work very well. So we are going to make sure that we go through the words that you're going to need, but remember that there will be some words that are not signed because they are not in the true ASL vocabulary. When we talk about some of these words, I or me, and you're going to just be pointing to yourself. If I'm talking about you, I would be pointing to you, or if it's to God, I'm pointing up to God. Possessive, um, it is the same form but with an open hand because it's like you've got objects in front of you and you're pushing them toward the person. Myself, it would be my own or yours. So open hand with uh, possession. Say, and that is words that are coming off your lips. Say, speech, they're all the same word. It is words that are rolling off your tongue. Yes, and you're going to, it's just the bobbing of the head. You think of this as being your head and your yes. Where no is two fingers straight down onto the thumb. It's like your mother says, no, no, and two fingers straight down on that thumb. No. Will. Now, this will is, this is the word for law. Will would be the W because that is the law of the person that is writing that for you to follow. Will. Now, that's different than willingness. My willingness, I'm going to take it's my thumb against the chest and bring it straight out. Different. So that's where English kind of gets a little confusing. But this is my inner self that I'm pulling out. I'm willing to do that. Will. Here, willingness here. Way, if you think of the path in front of you, you can do it with the W's so that it promotes that straight path coming out. Trust, that's like you're grabbing a hold of it. I can trust that. I have confidence in it. Trust. Obey, that is what's in my mind. I'm giving it to God. So I'm taking it out and giving it to God for whatever He wants me to do. I'm going to bend my mind toward that. Obey. When I think of an airplane, because I'm not a real good flyer, and when that airplane is flying around, I want to know when it'll land. When. Spirit, and that is like you're grabbing a hold of it inside and pulling it out. Both hands come out into the F position, like you're pulling it out of yourself. A spirit. With. Both A hands together, they are with one another. With. Whole or all, you're going to take your dominant hand. I'm right-handed, so that's my dominant. I'm going to scrape everything up and lay it into my non-dominant hand. Whole or all. Agree. And that's where you're going to take your mind, and it's two that are going to be exactly together because we are agree, we're alike one another. Agree. Heart and the center finger just touching the center of your chest. Heart. Answer. Coming from your mouth, you're going to take it and throw it out like I've got an answer for something, so I'm going to throw it to this person. Answer. Give you. Now, This one is a directional sign. That means it goes in the direction that the person that we're talking about. Because we're going to give it to God, we're going to take it from ourselves and give it to God. Now, the opposite of that, if we take it from God and give it to us. So directional signing there. Glory, and that's where your center finger in the palm of your non-dominant hand and let it shimmer as it goes up. Glory. Never. And that, if you think of kind of like a C and then throw it away. Never. If, again, two F hands, it's like you're weighing it. If this happens, then this will happen. If. New or no, and that is just touching the forehead. That's where your brain is. So you know something. Just touch it up here. Fullness, and that's where you're going to take and bring it across, because it's like a cup. Because you can cook, if you have flour, you put it in a cup, you're going to level it off. It's going to be fullness. If you're talking about to fill it, then you take that cup, your a hand becomes like a pitcher, and you're going to pour it into the cup. Life, and that's, you bring up the L's up your body. It's like the blood flowing up your body. Life. Until, and that, it's way up there until this hand reaches that. Until. Overflow, and that you're going to see the fountain that comes up and then it flows out over. Overflow. Have, and you're just going to pull it to yourself. I have it. Use, that's the U, and just take it in a small circle. Use. Rich, I think of Scrooge here. You take, like you've got a hold of the change and you let it drop out of your hand. I remember that in kind of the comics that he had. He would take it and he would show how much money he had. Serve, and that's, I've got a platter in front of me and it's kind of back and forth. Serve. Anyway, any, and you take that thumb and it goes around so that any, and of course you know the way. Any way. Choose, and that's just going back and forth. Your non-dominant hand is in the 2. There's 2 options here. Choose. I can choose which one I want. How? Fingertip to fingertip and roll it down. How? Oh, there's a thing in here. The willingness to serve is the least that you deserve. And that phrase is a little more difficult in sign language. I would just put in here that you're worthy, or it's the worthy sign. To say that you're less than you deserve doesn't make sense in sign language. So in here, my willingness to serve, you're worthy. 4, come from the forehead and pop it out. 4, blessings, and coming from the lips in the A formation and then placing them on the other person. You're going to bless them. Blessings. And here we've got, you've showered over me, and that's, again, you've given to me, rather than you're not taking a shower. That God is giving them to you. I have chosen that. Now remember, that my interpretation, if you're reading it a different way, you need to sign it as you understand it. I'll say yes, Lord, yes, to your will and to your way. Yes, Lord, yes, I will trust you and obey. When the Spirit speaks to me, with my whole heart I'll agree, and my answer will be yes, Lord, yes. Lord, I give you all the glory for all you've given me. You have filled my life until I overflow. All I have is yours to use in any way you choose. You are Lord of all, so how can I say no? I'll say yes, Lord, yes, to your will and to your way. Yes, Lord, yes, I will trust you and obey. When the Spirit speaks to me, with my whole heart I'll agree, and my answer will be yes, Lord, yes. If I never knew the fullness of living in your will, I would never know how rich my life could be. Lord, my willingness to serve is the least that you deserve, for the blessing you have showered over me. I'll say yes, Lord, yes, to your will and to your way. Yes, Lord, yes, I will trust you and obey. When the Spirit speaks to me, with my whole heart I'll agree, and my answer will be yes, Lord, yes.